I was a bit reluctant to ask her. I thought my daughter might trip because she's almost exactly the same age as Coco. I want to ask your advice about something, Tisha. Okay. My kids aren't used to me calling them up for advice. I'm thinking about marrying Coco. She didn't miss a beat. If you don't, you're crazy. Coco is fine. Then, after a long pause, and she's good for you too, Daddy. On the family front, I know I've made my share of mistakes, but now I'm just out here trying to make a few more millions so I can leave them all a trust fund and be that patriarch in the portrait over the mantelpiece. Honestly, I'm starting my family from scratch. I've got my daughter, Tisha, and my son, Little Ice. I've got my wife, Coco. Our relationship is now 10 years strong, but she's not their mother. That's a complicated family dynamic, I know, but our relationships are probably more close to the average American family than the advertising image of two parents living with their two perfect kids in the burbs. We make it work. I'm happy with Coco. I'm also happy with Darlene. People on the sidelines still ask me why Darlene and me aren't together, and I tell them, this is not a storybook. It starts off like that, but shit happens. Fortunately for us, things never got ugly. We didn't have a public breakup. When you see these celebrity divorce meltdowns, at least one of the two sides has got to want to take it public. You've got to decide to take it public. If my ex wanted to be in the press and say negative shit about me, she could do it. And they'd eat it up. Page 6 and TMZ would have a field day. But you've got to make a decision. Who ends up having to deal with that bullshit? The kid. In the end, it would be Little Ice taking all the damage. My wife's been turning me into more of a family man than I've ever been. I fought it hard at first. When I first got with Coco, I was amazed by how tight she is with her family. She's close with her brother and sister. Her parents are divorced, but they're real cool. They have these regular family meetings to talk out issues. I never had any of that. Like I said, there just wasn't much talking in my household in New Jersey. I never went to Christmas dinners. I always felt like I was an outsider. Over time, I started to enjoy being a loner and built that up as my protective shell. But Coco recently got me sitting down at Thanksgiving and Christmas dinners with her family. I had such internal resistance to it all, because when you're a kid and you don't have a tight family unit, you cancel it out. You tell yourself that you don't want it or need it. Fuck Thanksgiving. That shit's stupid. Fuck Christmas too. Fuck family. Matter of fact, fuck the world. That was my attitude for years and years. And I can't lie. I still have mixed emotions. I like doing the family thing, but I also still hold on to my reluctance to be a part of one, to give up the image I have of myself as a lone wolf. The downside to families is the pain. You expect a lot out of them, and inevitably, they let you down. When you get named Ice, it's because you seem to lack emotions. You seem cold to the world. But that coldness was never a negative attribute to me. The way I've always seen it is, emotions don't really get shit done. The sooner you learn how to contain emotions and move past them, the sooner you can survive serious situations. When you're in the military, you're not allowed to be emotional. You've just got to handle the task. If some shit goes wrong, deal with it. The attitude is not, don't cry over spilled milk. It's, don't cry, period. That's just a wasted emotion. Same thing in the street. The hustler's life isn't any more emotional than a military dude. When both of your parents die when you're a kid, when most of your friends die before you're 21, getting killed in the gang wars, ODing on drugs, and the rest end up in prison, there's a part of your personality that goes numb. It actually atrophies. For most of my adult life, deep emotions were foreign to me. They were nothing but a liability. But the strange thing is, now that I'm over 50, I've been getting a lot more open to my feelings. I guess it just had to hit me at the right time. Like a door inside me had to be ready to open. You lose the self-absorption you felt as a young man. If there's one thing I don't believe in, it's self-pity. These days, I care more about other people than I do about myself. I still have a pretty cold, detached attitude about my own life, my own daily dramas. But if you want to see me get real emotional, talk to me about the people I love. This audiobook is continued on Disc 7